Hey guys, what's up from Roll, Minnesota, your state of skate? Hey, I'm Butch Lehman, and for today's episode of Rolling Reactions, we're checking in with one of my favorite, stylish, and rock-solid skaters from my childhood. His name is Will Gordon. So today we're going to be looking at 4 sections from Will, and Will is quite the technician on the blades. We're going to start out with his profile in Black Market, which is one of my personal favorites. From there, we're going to go to the first video that I ever owned and watched, and that was Underestimated, the Denial video. After that, we're going to wrap up with 2 last ones, his profile in Hashassins from around 2004, and then lastly, his most recent profile, at least the most recent one that I've seen, and that's his section in 20 to Life, the M1 video. So let's just roll into this. Will is an amazing skater, great style, and definitely has the technique to back it up. Let's check it out. So this first section comes from a pretty groundbreaking video. This is Black Market. Definitely unlike anything that I've seen before. As far as I'm aware, it was the introduction of Montre Livingston. So that was definitely a video that had a lasting impact. A lot of Barcelona skating, and the dude just shred it. We're starting out with like far side or dark side alley-oop sole, or alley-oop top sole, depending on how you look at it. And I've always wanted to skate those ledges. They just look so fun. Like, look at the style in that in-spin top sole. And you'll see this in some of Will's later tricks in some of the other sections. But he does some of the best, like, wall taps out of grinds. I don't really know how to explain it. Nobody really does it quite like Will Gordon. He's a style machine for sure. And that didn't look fun going down the stairs there. Don't want to see that. Yeah, take the skates off. But you got to get back up. Do it again. That's a pretty wild trick to do there. And transferring up to the down ledge. That was cool. Left foot Macchio, right foot fishbrain, and I love the fishbrain tricks. And, you know, if you can hit a switch trick into it, that's even better. Throwing the extra 540 in there. Now this trick I never really like considered as I originally watched this video, but that fast plant up I think makes that trick much more impressive than I remember. You know, when I was younger, it was more focused on the actual grinds and not necessarily the variations leading into them or out that adds that whole other level of technical difficulty. I've heard that Will is really tall in real life. I can't really get a sense of dimensions from the video. I do know that that looks pretty tall, and that was cool to grind up that. This rail, what's up with this? This just looks like an amazing skate spot. Is it a skate park? Doesn't look like a skate park. This rail, man, he's gonna shred this in all of his profiles. Alley-oop top acid. Love this trick. Fast plant 3 top sole. Not a lot of people got that. Flyaway little butterfly. This is what I'm talking about. Like, he's just so smooth on everything that he does. TTP. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Watch this wall ride. As he's 540ing. Ooh, it's speaking of wall rides. Big alley-oop wall ride over a double set. Is that a vertical Macchio stall? Who does that? Hitting the drop rail to close out the profile, and now we're getting the boot. But he's done. All right, next up is Underestimated, and this video has a special place in my heart. This was the first video that I've ever owned, watched it a ton, and I've always been a big fan of Will Gordon's section. In fact, this whole video is pretty amazing. But the way he 540s out of some of his grinds in here is just memorable to me and something that I find amazing. By the way, that little yellow rail is going to get murdered in this section. He does so many good tricks on it. Check this out. Full alley-oop sole and switch full alley-oop sole. That's not a variation that I've seen from a lot of people on handrails. Free soul down the ledge. I like that one. Is that a cess slide? Is it a royale? I don't know. We'll just call it a combination of the two. This is really cool too. That's not a switch up I see very often because one of them is right foot, the other one is left foot. And for most people, both of those tricks would be done on the same sole plate. So a little bit of technical dexterity there. 5 out. Front farv. So you guys know I've seen this video a few times. I've watched it just a few times in my life. And by a few, I mean probably a couple hundred. You know, balance control is an accurate lyric here. Because look at this, switching into the true spin soul, 540 out. That's balance control. True spin, brain fart here. True spin mistrial. It's on the tip of the tongue. This is cool. Going up the ledge. Alley-oop topsoul. Ooh, he was in the channel, I think, on that one, on that true top acid. Sick budget. It's one of the best budgets you can do. Back to the yellow rail. There's that 5 out. Man, that fakie 5 out is on point. He's really got those budgets on lock. So here's the big question that I have, though, for this video with Will Gordon, is whatever happened to Will? Like, he might have produced some profiles after 20 to Life. That's the last one that I've personally seen. And if there's other video sections out there from him, I want to know about that so I can watch those. Again, he was one of my favorite skaters growing up. Ending it in a good way here. All right, next up is from his section in Hashassins. And so this video also has a little bit of special context with me. So this video first aired in 2004, I want to say it was. And the reason I know that is that was the year that Minneapolis was hosting the Eye for Eye skate competition. And before that, the day before at Overpass Skate Park, one of my favorite skate parks of all time, they premiered this video. They brought a screen and a projector. And so everyone sessioned for a while, and then we watched this whole video, and it was a really cool video. Will Gordon's got an amazing section, fakie 720 to start it off. I remember Walt Austin's section was pretty wild too. Like, that dude cess slides everything in every profile. But in this one, in Hashassins, his cess slides are just a whole different level. Another vertical stall. I guess I didn't realize how often Will Gordon was into those, you know, oververted stalls. All right, we're traveling. Where's he going? Little wall stall here. I like the vertical angle on that. I think that was a good filming choice by whoever was behind the camera. There's shredding that rail again. That must be like a local rail. Now, this might be a dumb question. I'm sure somebody out here can answer this for me, but where is Will Gordon even from? Florida? I mean, I don't want to show my ignorance, but I really have no idea. What I do know, though, is that 450 back royale was perfect. Double angle there. We got the fisheye in the lower spot. Always good to get a second angle. Definitely weird rail here. I think what made that trick really interesting is how he had a gap from one side over to the other. Whoa. I need to watch that again. Was that an alley-oop topsoul to full true topsoul? Or maybe I have it backwards, but either way, wow. Yeah, Will's also got some really amazing kind grinds. Definitely a highlighted trick that I like watching of his. Speaking of which, doing it down a drop ledge. Stomp that one. Okay. We're going up this time. I mean, does that count as another vertical stall? I suppose it's not actually vertical, but, you know, he had to ride up to get to it. It was higher than he was. Okay, I'm noticing a theme here. Stomped the 360 out on that one, too. Textbook true top acid. Well done. Man, what skates were those? Those look like the Alpha 2s from TRS, but I don't remember them releasing a gray version of that. I thought they were black and white for the Alpha 2s. I was big into rollerblade back in those days, so I feel like that's something that I would have known more about. Anyway, you guys, we're going to switch over to our final section with Walt Austin, and this was actually the last section that I've seen from him, so let's switch over in just a moment. All right, M1, 20 to life. M1 wheels. Now, I don't think, if I remember correctly, I don't think Will ever finished this profile. I know he was in the process of making it, and I think he was in school at the time and never got the opportunity to actually finish filming for it. So I think this shows up as a bonus section. That was weird. Just kind of ducked under and did like a drop 180. Nice. Yeah, those true spin soles are dangerous. That's not a trick that I mess around with too often. Full cab out though, that made it worth it. Getting the kink rails in. Haven't seen a lot of those in his profiles yet. Definitely capable of doing them though. Skate in the water park. Do you guys remember the edit in Black Market, I think it was, where they had a whole water park section from an abandoned water park? I should put that one on the channel. That's a cool one to review. Definitely an interesting concept of skating an abandoned water park. There we go with that fakie 5 out again. Sign me up for more of those, please. True spin mistrial. It's true top acid. Budget around to front farv. Vertical stall. That's what we're going to have to name this edit, is he's the man of the vertical stall, apparently. And I can't believe I never noticed that before, because I've watched a lot of Will Gordon content. Ooh, 3 mistrial. That was sick. Using the tennis court rail. Nice. 3 topsoul. Picture perfect. He's excited. This might be an ender here. 450 Royale going down the rail. That's how we're going to end it out. See, it says he was unable to finish his section due to work, school, real life. And you know that happens sometimes, but I definitely love the tricks that he was able to put together here, and I'm glad they included it in the video. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Rolling Reactions. Again, it's Will Gordon. He's a very stylish skater. Definitely a hammer. I mean, he's able to do just about everything. He's got some technical tricks. Apparently, he's the master of the vertical stall on street spots, which is something you don't see very often. He was somebody that I looked up to a lot when I was younger. I watched a lot of his profiles over and over, just because I really liked the way he performed his tricks. Whether it's hitting the 540s out, throwing in those quick little wall rides, doing those really crazy budget switch-ups. That's what I remember him for, and that's what I think he brought to the table that's unique. Anyway, guys, hope to hear more from Will. If any of you know anything about him, leave me a comment down below. I would love to catch up and hear about what other work he's been doing, what he's doing these days for skating, if he had any additional profiles that I need to look into. That's something I need to know. Anyway, guys, until next time, remember to stay safe, stay healthy, and get out there and do some rollerblading. I'm Butch Lehman for Roll Minnesota, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace, everybody.